So, as you guys can see from my garage right now, the wife has left for a vacation for 2 weeks. So, I've got all the machines on her side of the garage, and I've reclaimed this side of the garage, and I'm working hard to get, I want to get this XP going, and I want to get my wave jammer going. I've got 2 engines up here that I'm trying to piece together. Playing hockey too, so got my equipment drying on the ski right now. Anyways, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of Sea-Doo related content hopefully coming here. But I actually want to talk to you guys about something. Just let me up here for now. So actually, I want to talk to you guys about something. A couple days ago, not a couple days ago, maybe I think last week. Last week I made a YouTube video of myself riding some pretty cool jet skis. It was a fun day on the Ottawa River. Those jet skis actually belong to my buddy Ray, who I actually do quite a lot of work for, and I'm always sort of like finding him new jet skis and sort of pointing him in the right direction. As a matter of fact, I've got a 1996 Sea-Doo XP that I am probably going to buy for him, and I'm going to pull it down to his house. So that's another really cool machine that we'll have for the channel that I'll try and feature for you guys. So we're getting all the cool shit here, like, you know, the real creme de la creme of the Bombardier Sea-Doo era. You know, things kind of went to shit at the end of the 90s. There was some good times there in the mid 90s for Sea-Doo. There's some real fun machines that were made. But anyways, so I made that video a couple weeks back, and sorry, no, it was last week. I made that video, and as you know, I lost one of my cameras on that filming. But the reason why I lost the camera is basically what I'm going to talk to you guys about. I could have went and got the camera, but I didn't get the camera because I was actually afraid of falling in the water. Okay, I have developed a pretty weird phobia. I have developed a fear of the water. Okay, now, and it's actually really affecting me quite badly, and so I'm here to share that with you guys, and I don't know, see if any of you guys have had a similar situation and how you dealt with it, whatever. But I am afraid of the water. Okay, now why that's really uncharacteristic of me is because, you know, I grew up around water my entire life. Okay, so, you know, I've been swimming. I'm a strong swimmer. I love the water. I love being in lakes. You know, I spent a lot of time around water. Obviously, I've ridden a lot of jet skis in my life, and I have never ever been afraid of the water. Never. You know, I'm the first one to get into a lake, and I'll swim right out into the middle of the lake, and I'm completely fine. What happened is I think it was about 3 years ago. No, it would have been 2 years ago now. Jayla has a good friend whose boyfriend, who's now her husband, is from New Zealand and is a rafting guide, a whitewater rafting guide. And for my birthday 2 years ago, Jayla, I've thought it would be a fun time for us to go whitewater rafting for my birthday. Initially, like I've never thought about going whitewater rafting before. Okay, it's not something that I'm like I've never looked at whitewater rafting and said to myself, well, that looks like fun. I want to try that. But on the other hand, I am definitely, it wasn't, it's something new for me, so I was excited to try it, right? So, and I like water, right? So it was, I was pretty excited to go, and anyways, so yeah, we went whitewater rafting, and I had a bit of an incident, while rafting. So what happened is we're going down the river in this raft, and there is a pretty big rapid, and sort of backing up, they bring you through this whole safety spiel and give you, tips on what to do and if you fall out of the boat, whatever like that. So, and I felt pretty confident that I was pretty safe. So, I was wearing my running shoes. I, had a life jacket on, obviously, and a helmet and everything like that. So, I was actually pretty excited to get in the water. I've never actually been in a rapid before. So I was pretty excited to actually fall out of the boat, which we did. We went over a pretty big rapid, and we all fell out of the boat. And I was instructed to not panic and to just let the river do its thing, to not fight or flail around in the water, to just let the river spit you out. And I was assured that I would come back up, and if I just let the life jacket do its thing and bring me back up. Well, I ended up going over the rapid. We all fell out of the boat, and I am now in this pretty substantial rapid, and it all happened really fast. It was a very strange feeling, okay? Like I literally felt like I was in the middle of a tornado. I had no idea which way was up or down, or it felt like I was just spinning. And I think I was really just spinning around. And for the first couple seconds, I was kind of like, fun or whatever, but I started to kind of get concerned when I hit the bottom of the river. Okay, so I literally smashed into the bottom of the river. There was rocks down there, and I was being pushed down to the bottom of the river. And it's actually really hard for me to talk about because I'm actually thinking about it now, and it's bringing back some bad memories. But so yeah, I was being, the fact that I was on the bottom of the river was, I didn't really think that was like normal or a good sign. I don't know how deep the river was, but I was on the bottom and I didn't like it. And I had smashed my shin into a really sharp rock on the bottom, and was sure that I broke my leg, because it was a really bad collision. And I was being flipped around and turned around and smashed into the bottom of the river, and I basically at that point, and I wasn't coming up. They told me I was going to come up, so I was trying to relax, but just time kept on going on, and I wasn't surfacing. I didn't feel like I was coming back up at all. So I was starting to run out of breath, and I got super, oh my God, yeah, it was, I am convinced that I almost drowned. Obviously I'm standing here today, so I didn't, but it felt like I was down there for ages. I'm not sure how long I was down there for, but if I had been down there for a millisecond longer, I would have had to inhale water. I literally made it to the surface with not an ounce of time left in my lungs. And when I got to the surface, I was fucking terrified, man. Like, I was just gasping for air, and I didn't really know where I was. And so anyways, and it was funny because, you know, like after a few seconds of kind of like flailing around and trying to calm myself down, this guy in a kayak comes over to me and he's like, hey, and like everybody was like laughing and like, and you know, I thought it was like, oh fuck, this is great, you know, this is what a great time, you know, like, but I wasn't too impressed, man. Like I wasn't amused, you know. So I grabbed onto this guy's kayak, and he's just telling me, "Hey, you're okay. Don't worry, everything's fine," you know. But everything's not fucking fine. Like I almost fucking drowned, and yeah, like I did not. I was not. It wasn't a good time. It wasn't like it wasn't fun. Like that's not my idea of fun. So anyways, I get back into this raft, and this happened pretty early on in the rafting ride. And the whole rest of the trip down the river, I just wanted to get the hell out of there. I just wanted to get this over with and get out of there. My shin was bleeding really badly in the boat, and I had a really weird wound. Like I had a hole in my shin. I wish I could have taken a picture of it, but it was a literal hole. Like the rock punctured a hole through my flesh, and I could see my shin bone. Like it was brutal. And yeah, the raft guy was just like, oh, you know, it's a great day, man. You know, like a couple bumps and bruises. We're good to go. You know, hopefully everybody's, you know, having a gnarly time. So we kept going, and I'm looking around in this raft, and now I start realizing like the danger that I'm in. Now I start worrying about the other people in the raft, because I'm a strong swimmer. Okay. Now I'm sitting across from an old lady. She's probably, I don't know, 55. She's in her mid 50s, kind of overweight, obviously not athletic. Obviously, you know, she was having a hard time even holding onto her paddle, let alone like swimming and stuff. So I'm looking at this lady thinking to myself like, okay, well, if I got pounded into the bottom of the river and I'm a strong swimmer and I almost drowned, what happens when this lady falls out of the boat and that happens to her? She doesn't stand a chance, right? And it's I'm not Mr. Safety, okay? Like I don't you know, sometimes I do things that are a little risky and I don't take the proper safety precautions. But for me, like, I know when something's inherently dangerous, and that was a dangerous situation. Like I can't believe that there are companies that will just strap a life jacket onto anybody and take them down a river like that. I mean, it seems crazy to me in this day and age. Yeah, I could definitely see that whitewater rafting is a fun thing to do for people that are you know, experienced in whitewater rafting and they know what to expect and that kind of stuff. But my issue with it is that they're taking people like newbies, like the freshest rookies down the river, tossing them in a boat, and like they don't even really know if half these people can swim. So that is, to me, a dangerous situation. If my life jacket had come off, I wouldn't be here today. I would be 100% dead. So yeah. Then I started looking at my life jacket and realizing, well, all of these life jackets just came out of a bucket before we got into the boat, and you know, they're all just kind of like, you know, they're old. You know, like if something is in the sun and continually getting wet and drying off in the sun, the material gets weak. You know, here's a life jacket. Here's a life jacket right here, right? Like if I leave this life jacket out in the sun for a year, like the sun, the UV rays are going to damage it. You can always tell if something like the nylon is weak by the amount that the life jacket is faded and stuff. Well, all the jackets we were wearing, I started looking at them and realizing like these jackets are past due. You know, like it seemed like a lot of the seams were about to rip off, so on and so forth. So, you know, if that one buckle breaks or any of your life jacket fails while you get tossed overboard, you know, because they're, you know, not super structurally sound anymore, you're dead, man. You're dead. So, yeah, I find it really weird. I find rafting companies really weird. Like the fact that, yeah, it's just a strange concept for me. So anyways, I didn't really realize at the time what happened, but ever since that whitewater rafting trip and my experience there, every time I get into a lake or water and I get out to a point where I can't touch, I start to have like a form of like a PTSD. I don't know. I don't want to get all, you know, new age with this shit, but I get anxiety, like crazy anxiety sort of takes over, and I start to get thinking really gloomy thoughts, and like I feel like the lake is like swallowing me, like instead of just, you know, enjoying the swimming and enjoying the water, I feel like I essentially start panicking, thinking I'm gonna die for no reason whatsoever. It's just like water terrifies me now, and it pisses me off because you know, I know it's an irrational fear, and it sucks that it was all because of like a stupid whitewater rafting trip that I didn't even really want to go on, and it's kind of like in a way ruined my fun of the water. So when I was filming that sea doing video the other week, I was actually, the whole time I was riding, I was pretty terrified, pretty scared. You know, I was having like small little anxiety attacks every time I was like doing some cool stuff, thinking I was gonna like fall off and drown and stuff, which, you know, is completely ridiculous. Because I've got a life jacket on, I'm a strong swimmer, and I've been riding jet skis my whole life, so that would never happen. I know it's an irrational fear, but I can't help it. I have this crazy fear of the water now, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if there's a way that I can overcome this, or, you know, make it so that I'm not afraid. Like, I wish I could just go back to the old me where I never had that little accident there and just enjoy the water again. So yeah, I really don't know what to do about this problem. I am definitely not going to stop swimming or jet skiing or anything like that. In fact, I think I need to get back in the water and do some swimming and sort of gradually try and acclimatize myself to swimming and being in deep water and relaxing and enjoying the water. Because right now, you know, if I fall off in the middle of a lake, I'm absolutely terrified. Like, it's yeah, it's not like it's not a good feeling. It's really hard to describe. I start to panic, and I just got all kinds of really bad thoughts going through my head, like, you know, thinking like I can't breathe and stuff like that. So I don't really know if that's normal or what. Anyways, I guess that's just the new me, maybe? I don't know. Let me know if you guys have had anything similar happened to you and what you did to fix it. Because I definitely don't want to be afraid of water for the rest of my life. Anyways, so I just thought I would share that with you. I thought it was kind of like a relevant information, maybe. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any tips for overcoming fears, irrational fears. You Otto Scotty, signing out. See you next time.